All this right now. On the line with us is our old buddy Alex Lawson, the Executive Director of Social Security Works, socialsecurityworks.org, and strengthensocialsecurity.org as well. SS Works is the Twitter handle for that. And, of course, his personal Twitter handle is ALaw202. Alex, welcome back to the program. What's the status of Trump appointees in the Social Security Administration and the Medicare administration?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I wish I had better news to report, but unfortunately, it's been 6 months where Trump is no longer the president, but his minions are still at the top of the Social Security Administration, and they haven't changed their tune at all. And in fact, it's gotten to the point where we're having to really fight hard to put restrictions on money because it's budget season, so that they can't do the things that we defeated under Trump. But we're worried, and with very good cause, that if you give these guys, Andrew Saul, the commissioner, David Black, the deputy commissioner, if you give them the millions of dollars that they request for, they call it program integrity, but we know it's just a backdoor. They're going to use that as a backdoor attempt to take people's benefits away. So it's really, we're at a very odd point because they're so out of step and out of tune with what President Biden says, but they still run the administration. And we are just flummoxed by that.
Alex, you know, I understand with Louis DeJoy that the Postal Service is a unique thing. It's a separate, independent kind of quasi-government corporation. And he can only be fired by the Postal Board of Governors, who are appointed by the president, so it takes time, and, you know, maybe he'll be in prison before he gets removed. But I thought that the Social Security Administrator and the number 2 person at the Social Security Administration were basically just presidential appointees. What am I missing? How did they get there, and why aren't they gone?
Yeah, it's so they are termed, and which means they serve for a certain number of years. That's a new phenomenon. It was actually a Clinton era reform, and what happened under President Trump, is that the Supreme Court ruled very clearly that there's no such thing as a position that the president can't fire, right? I mean, they work in the executive. He's the top of the executive. He can fire them. They work at the...
So even if you've got a 10-year term and you're 3 years into it, the president is your boss, and he can push you out the door.
And he can fire you.
And did Trump use that to fire the Obama Social Security Administrator?
Not Obama. So Obama never actually appointed a Social Security Administrator, a commissioner of Social Security. He actually allowed Bush's commissioner to continue, and then he never put in a confirmed commissioner. It was only an acting commissioner, which was a really... You know, that it was a huge... Oh,
that was part of Mitch McConnell refusing to run it through the Senate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that, also, as you remember, President Obama did not have Social Security very high on his list of paying mind to. And unfortunately, sometimes, when he did pay mind, it was to push things like the chain CPI benefit cut until we got him off of that. Right. But under Trump, this was how he used this ruling to push out, and it was based on when he pushed out the director of the Consumer Financial Protection Board. Mm-hmm. So that's what he did. And so we know for certain it's the ruling is the Celia ruling. We know that is the law of the land now. But for some reason, President Biden's circle think that maybe it's that thing that Democrats sometimes do where they play by the rules that no one else is playing by and therefore get played by the rules. Yeah. But I will say that's literally just Andrew Saul. I want to make that clear. I think I misspoke earlier when I said they are termed. He's termed. David Black, the deputy commissioner, is at will. There's absolute President Biden saying, get out of here. And Deputy Commissioner David Black is actually the brains of the operation. He is the ideological mastermind of this. He comes out of that worldview that Social Security, because it works so well, has to be destroyed so that the market can come in and steal all of our retirements. And, then the plutocrats get richer and the people die in poverty. 1 in 2 seniors was living in poverty before Social Security was created. Right. That's the world they want to return to. Andrew Saul, the commissioner, he's a dilettante. He's super dangerous, but he's a dilettante. He needs David Black to be able to do this stuff. And so that is the one where we're just really wondering, why are you leaving this guy who 100%, he's an at-will employee of the President of the United States, and he is just fundamentally dangerous to the
so
millions
Biden could
of
take
people,
care of this with,
in this country.
with a signature.
Easily. And it wouldn't even be a signature.
Any
right?
idea why he hasn't? I mean, is this just like one thing that has, one of 1,000 things that have slipped through the cracks, or I can get it where the Biden administration might be, reluctant to take on issues that are highly controversial or people, that are highly controversial. But this doesn't seem controversial at all. What am I missing here?
I know. Now, Tom, it's at this point, it's just, I have to say it's malpractice. He's just doing a bad job on this front. Why is he doing a bad job? Why is President Biden doing a bad job in letting these goons control one of the biggest institutions in this country? Social Security touches all of us. I think it's because it's that problem when something works so well that it just goes to the back of your mind. It recedes as a priority. President Biden came in, a lot of things were on fire. Social Security works. Checks go out. Never has a single check been missed through wartime, peace, boom, bust. It doesn't matter. Social Security is there for you. And I think that has allowed it to recede as a priority. And there's very few truth tellers like yourself who are willing to raise this back up. And David Black and Andrew Saul are also masterful bureaucrats, right? They know how to play the bureaucratic game to keep their heads down and pretend that they're on Team Biden when, in fact, they're doing everything they can to undermine President Biden.
So, we're talking with Alex Lawson, the executive director of Social Security Works, socialsecurityworks.org. Alex, what can or should we be doing right now?
Anybody who's on Twitter, just make noise about firing Saul and Black, the hashtag fire Saul and Black. Go to Ron Klain, the White House chief of staff. He's very available on Twitter. But tweet at all of them and then call your senators and demand, it doesn't matter who they are, Republican, Democrat, just demand that Saul and Black are fired. And that's what we have to do right now.
Fire Saul and Black is the hashtag, you said?
Yes.
FireSaulandBlack?
Yes, if I followed all that. Fire Saul and Black.
Got it. Alex, you're doing God's work. Thanks so much for dropping by today. It's great talking with you.
Thanks, Tom.
Alex Lawson, the executive director of one of our really great organizations out here, Social Security Works.